What's going on, guys? Today's video is a little bit twofold, if you will. In the previous video I showed you guys that the Duramax has a bad U-joint or two. So what we've done is we've actually bought some new U-joints and a couple of tools to make the job a little bit easier. But I'll leave you guys a link for these here. I think it's going to work for the front and back. We're going to find out pretty quick here. But yeah, here's the U-joint. Comes with the little clips and everything. So hopefully with the tools that I got, this won't be too bad of a job. I got U-joints here. I actually went ahead and bought a ball joint press because I have a feeling I could probably use this in the future. When you're driving lifted trucks, ball joints tend to go out, and I'm hopeful that's something that I can accomplish myself. But I got a ball joint press here. My other U-joint, some garage door springs. We've also got, for the 5th fan speed here, blower motor resistor in this package. I got that a long time ago, just hadn't opened it. And a filter because it's about time to change the oil on this one. Now, I think to make this job easier, I am going to pull this one into the garage. That way it's not sitting out here. Should I run into issues or my U-joints don't fit exactly right like what I'm thinking, I can have this guy sitting in the garage just waiting for me to work on it. And it kind of motivates me too, because I like parking this one in the garage. So that means we have to get this one fixed if I do that. And we're out of the elements. It's supposed to rain later today, even though it looks nice. So let's go ahead and get started with that. You're gonna need some sockets, which I've got up here. Something to chalk the wheels off so you don't roll away. I've got my sockets here. And to make the job a little bit easier, I'm going to use my impact. You don't have to have that. As long as you've got a socket set with a wrench, you're gonna be just fine. And then maybe a couple of flathead screwdrivers to pry out the seal itself, and then maybe a hammer. And we might get a little crafty and try to push that back in. I'm gonna chalk off the wheels so we don't try to roll away. Got just what the doctor ordered right here. Put one right here, one right here, and that should be enough to keep us from going anywhere. Good way to test that out by climbing up here and popping her into neutral. As you can see, we're not going anywhere. There we go. And just for extra security here, place a little bit more under the front and the back of this wheel up here. Just like so. So you can see back here, this is where we're going to remove the drive shaft, which now spins freely. So guys, in editing up the video, I noticed that my camera didn't catch quite the angles I was wanting to get whenever I was actually doing the process. So I'm gonna show you what I was doing and kind of explain it to you. You're gonna see me do it in the video, at least bits and pieces. The camera didn't capture a whole lot of it, but just wanted to clarify it, that way everyone's aware of what I was doing whenever I was removing the drive shaft. So I'm out at the truck, and we did get the job done. But whenever you get out of the truck and look at the rear of the drive shaft here, you're going to see this clamp up here with 2 bolts and this clamp down here with 2 bolts. And these are what I'm removing with the impact with the 7/16. So you're going to take these two off, and then get a pry bar or a screwdriver in here to pop this guy out. And I think I actually used a hammer. I didn't actually hit it or anything. I just got the claw side of the hammer to push this forward a little bit, because you'll see where the U-joint sits in on both sides here, it'll pull forward. And then up here, the yoke will go in to the transmission a little bit, just enough to get some clearance down here where you can lower the backside of the drive shaft and then pull it straight out. And that's where I was talking about being careful not to mar it up down here. So then once you got it out, you use the needle nose pliers to get all the snap rings out that you can see I've done right here. So just use your needle nose to get snap rings out,
And whenever you actually push this guy out with the ball joint press, which I highly recommend, it made the job so much easier. Whenever you push it out, one side of the U-joint will actually come out all the way over here, and then the cap, you can get it off. Then you can push the cap through on the other side, this direction, to actually remove the U-joint itself, which you guys will kind of see that process laid out later in the video. So once you're done with that, you press the new U-joint in. Like I say, you'll see that later in the video. And then you put your snap rings back in, bring it right back in, plug it right back into the yoke up here, and then put your clamps on here. If your U-joint isn't wiggling too well or not doing too good, right before you bolt it back up, tap it right here with a hammer on either side to kind of loosen it. That way it moves a little bit better. But yeah, that's about it.
I think this is it right here. It looks like it is a 7/16. Let's see if we can get an adapter on there and break this loose. Now, these aren't impact rated, but no bigger than what it is. I'm not too worried about this. Right here, as you can see, zips it right out. Makes that an easy job. Real easy. Just like that. We got one set clamps loose. Now let's try to spin this shaft to release the second set. Just like that, we got it off. Okay, so now we're going to use a pry bar or something. You're going to have to try to pry this guy out forward a little bit. That way it can drop and the front end can come out. But you can see up here, this is where the seal is, right up here. And you can see that it's leaking a little bit of there we go. Just like that, popped out, as you can see. So we're just going to pull it down back here and out from up here. Watch this carefully. You don't want to beat and bang this up because it has to go back in real nice like. There we go. So like I say, don't try not to mar this up or anything. We actually didn't spill any liquid, so pretty thankful for that. So I'm going to carry this guy out from under here with me, or I'm going to set him aside. And like I say, try not to hit the ground to mar this thing up or anything. So once we've got that out with the 7/16 socket, now we've got some clips to remove in here. And I've got a pair of channel locks, needle nose, to make the job nice and easy. I've got a bad problem with the Coke, guys. So basically the idea is you just want to squeeze them. And once you squeeze them and compress them, they'll come out. These might be pretty stuck. Yeah, these guys are pretty stuck, so that's why some penetrating oil might be good. Let them soak for just a bit. And on the side with the yoke down here, we've actually got 4 total. Boy, just like that, all 6 clips out. We're ready to move to the next step. So this is it right here, straight from Amazon. You guys are looking at it the first time as well as am I. Got that off. Comes in a nice box here. It was just shy of 50 bucks at the time I bought it. As you can see, it says do not use impact wrench. We're going to go ahead and try it. I think it's going to be okay. As beefy as this thing is, I'm not too worried about it. But as you can see, this is going to help us press out those U-joints without having to beat on them or anything. I think this is probably just going to fit right on the end here, and make it nice and easy. I'm gonna leave you guys a link down in the description. If this video helped you out at all, guys, consider buying from the links, because it does help the channel monetarily. It helps me continue this build for you guys. So I do appreciate the support there. There we go. I think we're pretty well lined up. Let's give it a whirl. Here goes nothing. Turn this guy up. I think I'm going to save the other U-joint for another day, but you kind of get the idea. You take those out. The only bad thing is you got to press it out of 4 spots here instead of 2 here. As you can see, I got it pushed out far enough one end here with a breaker bar, hammer, and a socket that I got this cap off. So now I should be able to start pushing this guy the other way. And once we start pushing this guy this way, we'll be able to get this other cap off and this joint out of there. So let's try that and see if it works in theory. Whew. We got it, guys. Man, that was a job on this thing. You can see we broke the cap off this guy, but the joint is out. We really didn't mar anything up too bad. I might clean the inside of this a little bit. With it breaking, it did dirty up the lip in here where the you can see all the crap where the snap ring sits. So holy cow, let's try to press that new one in just like that. So I pushed this end in, set this guy all the way so it'd go in that way. Now we just gotta either hammer these in or compress them with the ball joint press. Let's press the other now. Pressing them in is going a lot smoother. See, they're just gliding right in there. You'll make sure you got things lined up too. Alright guys, so in this video I only ended up doing the rear U-joint. I didn't do the front one, actually because it wasn't really bad. Like, it moved around, the yoke moved freely. The back one though, you could tell it was rusty and just would bind up, wasn't real nice. So I only did the back one. Same process for the front though that you guys have watched here. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like on it, share with your friends that might be struggling changing U-joint in their vehicle or afraid to do it. You know, you can do it. You know, I'm just obviously your average home mechanic, if you will, and got the job done myself. You guys got any questions? Use the comments down below kind of as an open forum to discuss, you know, and help each other out. And I'll be glad to try to help you guys out in any way I can too. All right, guys, well, that's about all I had for you today. Like I say, I'll leave the part numbers for everything that I use down below. And if you do use the link, it does help the channel out, so I certainly appreciate that, guys. All right, guys, until the next time for the next project, I'll see you then. Take care.